So, this is the perfect, I didn't even try to find this quote. I just opened the book, page 66. It says, a human being trying to attract more love is like a fish trying to attract more water. And the title of this video is most likely going to be what you already have it really means. And I think this is super powerful. A human being trying to attract more love is like a fish trying to attract more water. That is, when we say, I am love, I am successful, I am rich, we are claiming these things because we already are it. We're not necessarily fixing or changing ourselves. We're remembering our true nature of, this is who I am. I am all that is. I am allowed to choose which lens, what perspective, how I want to experience life. What avatar, what identity am I going to experience life through today? And at our core, our true nature is that of love. We are made from love, of love, out of love. We are love. We are the source of love. And a human being trying to attract more love is like a fish trying to attract more water. It's like you already are it. You're surrounded in it. You're one with it. You are not separate from love. Just like a fish isn't separate from the water. It's like within the water, you know? So again, what you already have it really means, okay? You already know what I'm about to say. Creation is already finished, all right? That means if you can think about it, if you can desire it, want it, need it, imagine it in your mind, speak about it, it is already finished. It is already created. You are not the thing that is creating this experience. You're the thing that's simply selecting this experience, okay? You're like the spiritual passenger princess, but you're in control, okay? You are the thing that's driving yourself, this human vessel, to your next desire, and to your next desire, and to your next desire. And you decide whether you want to take stops along the way. If you want to notice that there's no movement. Hey, I started my car and I put it in drive, but I'm not going anywhere. That's just not true. It's simply not true, but you're claiming that you haven't gone anywhere, that you haven't seen any movement. And again, creation is already finished. So then you experience that version, or that version of you and reality where nothing is happening, where there's no movement to prove or validate to you that what you said is true. Okay, so if you can think about it, imagine it, desire it, want it, need it, it's already finished. And your only job it's not to figure out how, why, when, what, where. No, it's to decide that you have it here and now. When you internally have it and you understand that the world is your mirror, the world has to reflect who you are internally. If you have it internally, that means the world has to reflect externally you having it. So it's not about saying, I have it here, and trying to convince yourself that you physically have it. No, it's enough to have it within your mind's eye. It's enough to have it within yourself internally, however you picture that, conceptualize it, whatever works for you. When you have it internally and you are unshaken, unmoved by this truth that no, I have it internally. I'm not moving from the fact that I just said I have it. I saw it, I affirmed for it, I scripted it, I robotically affirmed, whatever your choice of method is. Even if you just decide once, if you can get to that level, if you are at that level, that's perfectly fine. Internally having it equals externally receiving it, okay? That's all you need to do. But if you start to understand that this world is my mirror. It reflects who I am internally to me in infinite ways. Who am I? Who am I identifying as? Am I identifying as the person where money is hard to come by? Am I identifying as the person that always gets abandoned? Am I identifying as the person who is manifesting my person back? Who is manifesting the money to come in? Or am I jumping straight to the end where I already know these things work out? I'm the version of me where things have worked themselves out and I know for a fact I'm going to get what I want and or I have what I want, okay? Because I personally, I like to tell myself I already have it, but some people like to say I'm going to have it. And both work, okay? Start with writing your rules and creating the rules that work for you. Your negative fears don't manifest, or your doubts don't manifest, your negative thoughts don't manifest. Only your positive dominant thoughts manifest. Only your positive assumptions manifest. You manifest instantly. You're a master at manifesting. Manifesting money is so easy. Manifesting SPs are so easy. Make the rules for yourself and then jump into what you want to manifest. Instead of starting to manifest something and then getting discouraged that, you know, there's no movement, and then you're saying, well, this is hard, and now you're creating the experience, you're jumping into the state of being where it's hard to manifest, and now you have more evidence of it being hard to manifest. Start with your rules. Assume the things that are going to work for you. When I do this, this happens. When I think of this, this happens, etc. Okay? Get into understanding that it is the law of assumption. So whatever you assume to be true is going to be true for you. You are allowed to make it as hard as you want or as easy as you want. It's truly up to you. But just know that when you start to affirm these things, like, it's so hard, I don't understand, I'm just not grasping it, maybe I have a blockage, maybe it's gonna take longer, there's no movement. Once you start claiming all of those things, you have to be reflected back those things. So if you are always having to make a choice that works for you. Make a choice that serves you, because this is truly where your power lies, okay? Creation is finished. If you can want it, see it, desire it, affirm for it, think of it, speak of it, need it, it already exists. It's already written. There's already a version of you that has it. How do I become the version of me that has it? You move your consciousness, you move your awareness, your state of being into the version of you that has it, okay? From imagining as the version of me, or thinking of as the version of me that gets what she wants, or that he wants, or they want from this version of me, what do I think of the circumstances that happened along the way that led me here? How do I see them? What meanings have I given them? Did they serve me? Did they ruin everything for me? Or did everything work out better than I could have imagined? That even though those things happened that might have seemed unfavorable at that time, they still ended up leading me exactly where I wanted to go. From this version of you who already has it, what meanings are we giving things that pop up? Okay, if you've already seen it, if you've already claimed it, if it's already yours, when you move through life and this physical reality is catching up to you and your new assumptions and your new story, when you are moving through life and you're seeing things shift, millions are moving for you. You can assume that everything works out perfectly better than you can imagine and everything works effortlessly, whatever, okay? But you have to remember that when you're going through these moments, how am I identifying with these circumstances, with these emotions, with these fears, with these intrusive thoughts, with the doubts, okay? Am I identifying with them? Or am I saying, that's not my truth anymore, I already let that go? I let that go. That's not my truth anymore. My favorite was like, I remember when I lived in that reality, but I don't live there anymore. I live here now. And then I would imagine, because visualizing is my thing, okay? I would imagine, I would rampage, I would affirm, maybe I would script. Okay, those are my personal favorite techniques, but everybody has their things. Sometimes I would even robotically affirm, but only if I had a story that was super dominant, that I was like, I just keep looping a negative thought. So I'm going to forcibly loop a positive thought until that negative thought no longer exists. And then when I got to that point, I kind of gave up the robotic affirming because I knew like, I'm not thinking against myself anymore. So that's how I used robotic affirming, but that's just me, okay? But again, I would give that to myself however it needed to be given to me in that moment. If I felt called to visualize or script or affirm or robotically affirm, whatever it was, I'd give it to myself in that moment. And I would allow the world to mirror me, because I know that I'm not following the world. A video I just recently watched on Miro Knowledge, because I love Miro and I love Eric, the Power of I Am, and I love Tom Kieran. I love these coaches. I love The Rosie Life and Core Union. These are great channels. I definitely recommend them. Everybody has their little niches. You can always extrapolate everybody's perspective into your own, but these ones I find are the most limitless coaches on YouTube. So I was listening to Nero, and he said, judge the day not by what you sow, or judge the day not by what you reap, but judge the day. I was watching Miro, and what he quoted was, judge the day not by what you reap, but judge the day by what you sow. So when you're going through life and these circumstances and you've already seen your end, okay, we're not judging the day by what we've been reaping. We're consciously making the choice to judge the day by what we sow. What new assumptions am I making from this vantage point? Who am I today? I'm already the version of me who has it. I already saw it. I already claimed it internally. So now as I see this circumstance unfold before my eyes, I'm unmoved by this circumstance. And because I am unmoved by this circumstance, and I still claim this new identity, I still claim this new assumption, I still claim this story, and I am unmoved by this circumstance, no matter if it's good, bad, ugly, indifferent, beautiful, perfect, I don't give a fuck what it is. I'm unmoved. My new truth stays the same, okay? My new truth stays the same no matter what circumstance pops up in my face. I'm not wavering on my new identity. I'm not going back and forth with the illusion of my old self anymore. If I have something that's unfavorable show up, it's probably because I had a negative assumption. And if I can take accountability for what negative manifests, I understand exactly how I can positively manifest things moving forward. All right, so we're going back into, I feel like that was a little bit of a tangent, but I hope that helps. I intend that helps. I know it will help somebody. You already have it means you have it internally, and the external has to catch up to match that or mirror that, okay? We aren't looking in the mirror and then waiting for the mirror to wave first. We are becoming this version of ourselves first. We are moving first so that way the mirror can move with us, okay? When you say you have it, that means you have it. You stop going back to the external for validation of this. If you need proof, if you need validation, if you need movement, you give that to yourself right now in this moment. Whatever it is that you're looking for, be it somebody's unblocking you, you're getting a message, you're getting a phone call, you're getting a job offer, you're getting a direct deposit into your bank account, money coming to you out of thin air. It doesn't matter what you want. But whatever it is that you want, you give that to yourself right now. If you feel the need to go, I think I've done enough and I'm gonna go look for it, give it to yourself. And if you go and look for it, don't react if you don't physically see it with your own two eyes yet, okay? Things are moving, millions are moving, things are still working out for you. It only stops working when you claim that for yourself, okay? Keep up giving it to yourself, because instead of seeking the external for validation, eventually you're gonna return internally and you're gonna be like, oh yeah, that's all I have to do. All I have to do is give it to myself, and then the world, as my mirror, as within, so without, has to prove to me who I just said I was, what I just said I had. That's what you already have it means. You already have it. You just said you have it, and now you're looking outside of you for proof. But that's not what an assumption is. An assumption is something you accept as true without proof or evidence. You are the proof. Your assumption alone is the proof. It is the evidence. It is the movement. Okay? The only actions that we're necessarily looking to take now is internally shifting. Okay? We're affirming, we're thinking in our favor, we're visualizing, we're giving things to ourselves. We're not living in a past that no longer serves us. If we need to revise, we're revising. We're living from this revised memory. We're leaving the old memory completely alone. We're not changing the memory. We're making a new one. We're sticking to this. Okay? We are operating now solely as this version. You time traveled, you saw your end as future self. You go within, you create your new memory as this new self. This is what this probably happened as this version of me. In order for these things to happen, you create your own cause and effect. You create your storyline. You stick to it, because the only reason that the past exists is because you're keeping it alive in your mind. All right? And when you keep it alive in your mind and you keep going back to it internally, you're copying and pasting it into your eternal now moment. Okay? We're copying and pasting. All right? We're copying and pasting. We're copying and pasting. So internally, you want to look for movement instead of taking what the outside is giving you, okay? And accepting that as it's still not moving, it's still not working, I need to do this, I need to do that. Instead of doing that, visualize those numbers on your big account going up, that message from your SP coming in. That's what we're doing. And then you accept that as your truth now. You're not making anything happen. You're selecting this experience. Creation is already finished. And you're operating as the version of you who already has it from moment to moment. When you need that validation, when you need that proof, when you need that movement, you give it to yourself. See it in your mind's eye over eyesight. We're not relying on anything outside of us because it's following our move. So if we keep looking outside of us and taking it in within us and saying, I still don't have it yet, then the external is saying, you still don't have it yet. Then you're looking at it saying, I still don't have it yet. Then the external is saying, you still don't have it yet. And now all of a sudden it's the Spider-Man meme. Yeah, I said it right the first time. All of a sudden it's the Spider-Man meme, and you are just pointing at each other. The 3D versus you. It's you in the mirror, and you're just like, but. Just fucking give it to yourself already, because then the world will move, and then you'll be like, oh, I have it, and then you copy and paste that into your now moment, and then you have it, 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 and then all of a sudden it's normal, and you don't even think about it anymore because it's normal for you. So yeah, it's not necessarily a process, but when we have old stories, old assumptions that we keep returning to, this old identity that we haven't necessarily beat the case for, right? It keeps wanting to stay alive. It keeps giving you a feeling, an anxious feeling. I miss this person. I need the money. How's it gonna come? I still don't have it yet. What about this circumstance? What about that circumstance? Okay, when those things happen, they're not tests, okay? I will stand on the fact that they are not tests, but they're a choice. It's just a choice. I am either gonna remain the person that has it, or I'm going to bend back to my old identity and say, because of this, it's not working. Because of this, I need to do more. Because of this, I have to try a new method. Because of this, yada, yada, yada. Fill in the blank. Whatever you're telling yourself, stop doing that and say, no, even though I feel this way, 1, I love and accept myself. 2, I already have it. I saw it internally. That means I have it. That means the world has to match that. Give it to yourself and watch the world give it to you. And anytime you need external validation, remember it's as within, so without. The world follows you. You don't follow the world. So why are you looking at the world? Okay? You don't have to wonder, and your visualizations don't need to be perfect, okay? A lot of my clients have been like, well, when I visualize, this pops up, or when I visualize, it's not perfect and it feels like I'm forcing and yada, yada, yada. And I totally understand that. I was there too. This is a very much normal experience, okay? Especially when we're just getting into conscious creating and we want something really bad, okay? That's normal. I get that. But I want you to understand that your desire in and of itself is a simple, like, hey dude, hey, it's like a flag. It's like, over here, your desire's up next. This already exists for you. Do you want to experience this? And then because we're consciously selecting experiences, that's when our logical mind is like, but what about this? Maybe this needs to happen. Maybe this needs to happen. But the whole point of this tangent is the fact that your desire is already an indication that this creation is already finished. We just need to stand up. We need to get out of our own way. We just need to move over. Like, all right, sure, I'm done fighting. Like, why am I going back and forth with myself over my own desire? I'm promised this by birthright, by purely existing. I don't need to earn it. I don't need to fix myself. I'm already perfect. I'm already whole. By birthright, by simply the conception of the desire alone means that creation is already finished. And if we stopped giving stories that things needed to transpire for this thing to happen, then we might experience it a little sooner. But because we put our desire so far out of reach sometimes, because and we want it really bad, we need it, and we put it on this pedestal of, this is more important than this, and I'm able to manifest this easily, but this thing, it just seems like, well, this would need to happen, and because of this would need to happen, and because of this is happening, and all of these stories, instead of just saying, you know what, the desire in and of itself is already a promise. It's perfect as it is, and all I have to do is just give it to myself. The whole game is giving it to yourself and getting out of your own way, really. And it's okay if you have these doubts. It's okay if you have intrusive thoughts. It's okay if you have bad feelings. Those aren't the indicators of whether or not you're going to get your desire. You are the indicator of whether you're going to get your desire. It is solely up to you. Do you have it or not? If you're in a relationship, if you have the money, you might still have these emotions of the human experience: stress, frustration, anger, whatever it is that you might be going through along the journey of manifesting said thing, okay? And a lot of us get trapped up in the spiral of the emotion and in giving it meaning. Maybe I need to do more, or it's going to take forever, or because I'm feeling this way, that means that I'm being the person that doesn't have it. And it doesn't mean that until you said it means that, okay? The emotions don't matter. The intrusive thoughts don't matter. The doubts don't matter. You need to know that you're wearing a green shirt. You put on a green shirt today, and it doesn't matter if somebody calls it blue, purple, pink, yellow, anything other than what you said you put on. You claimed your desire. It doesn't matter the emotion. It doesn't matter the intrusive thought. It doesn't matter what Tom, Billy, Jane, Helen, it doesn't matter what any of them, what they said. It doesn't matter the questions they asked you or the stories you had to recite, okay? Just go back internally and give it to yourself. Know your end. If you know your end, if you've seen your end, if you've seen the end of the movie, then you know what's coming next. You don't have to react or spiral or lose track over the fact that something popped up. You can just use that to get more clear on what you want. You can refine it. If you're making a cake, you can add more details to that cake. That's how I look at my manifestations. If something pops up and it makes me realize, okay, well, I don't like that, but that means I also, I would like this instead, or as an add-on to what I was already manifesting. And then I'd get more clear on what I want, and I'd give that to myself, and then I have to be proven right, and I get everything I want, and it's clear. It's like perfect. even better than I could imagine, because my assumptions are that I always get pleasantly surprised and my manifestations come in better than I could imagine. I always get what I want, but I always get it better than I could imagine, because I do like the element of surprise, okay? So I lean into that and I allow that to happen. But again, what you already have it means is that once you have it internally, externally, the world has to match you. All right, going into the end, and we're staying there. I think I covered that. View everything through the new lens, and I also covered that, but we're gonna just conclude everything, okay? Once you've seen it in your mind's eye, once you've seen the end, you're now the version of you who has it, is going to have it, who knows they're going to have it. This is happening next for you. Once you've claimed it, affirmed for it, visualized it, whatever, you are now that version of you. So if anything pops up as that version, ask yourself, as the version of me who has what I want, how would I view this? What meaning would I give this situation? What meaning would I give this circumstance? What meaning would I give this emotion? Give that to yourself, okay? Stop focusing so much on the middle, all right? Because I know I talked about like, this is, you know, the things are unfolding for you, and if you've seen your end, you're not going to react to the things in the middle. But I'm not telling you to start giving every single thing the meaning that I'm in the middle, I'm in the middle, I'm in the middle. I don't want you to get stuck in the middle or in the movement phase, okay? That's why when I say when you want movement and you want validation, you go to your end and you give it to yourself. You visualize that perfect relationship. You visualize that bank account, the debt cleared, the desired appearance, people complimenting you, the clients coming in, whatever it is, you're giving those things to yourself. You're not focusing on what's happening to you in the middle, but you're internally going and staying in the end, okay? Copy and paste, bringing the end to your now moment. Every moment, anytime that you can think of your desire, you're bringing that into your now moment as if it's yours, or it's going to be yours, okay? Don't focus on the middle. Go to the end, stay there. Copy paste the end, stay there. Copy paste the end, stay there. And then who told you that your desire isn't here? If something is in your face, just give it the meaning that it's unfolding perfectly. That is the best advice I've ever heard, and I will always tell my clients that. Everything is happening perfectly. That's the cheat code. Call it perfect, and it has to be perfect. It has to work itself out to where it is perfect for you, okay? Again, the world mirrors you. You don't mirror the world. So if you're taking the external proof and the external evidence and internalizing that, and then changing who you are internally based on what you see externally, if it is not for you, if it doesn't serve you, it controls you. You need to control yourself, okay? This is all it comes down to. Redirect yourself back into your end. This is still working out for me. What do I want from this? I already have it. Give it to yourself internally. You have it now. You only have the eternal now. You don't have the past. You don't have the future. You have now. Okay? So you have it now. And the world has to match you now. Stop looking at everything, overanalyzing, wondering what more you need to do. If you visualize for 0.5 seconds and it's a blurry image, the implication is alone. Again, before you speak, you are heard. Before you ask, you are answered. Believe you have received it and it will be yours. To those who have, more will be given. To those who do not have, what they have will be taken. So give it to yourself. Be the person who has, and watch the shifts happen. You are allowed to have whatever you want. The question is, are you going to give it to yourself? Are you going to get out of your own way? Are you going to allow yourself, pause, Sarge, stop it. You are allowed to give it to yourself right now, okay? If you keep telling yourself, before I can receive it physically, these things must transpire, then that is what your experience is going to be. So anytime you become aware of the lack, give it to yourself. Internally shift to already being that abundant version of you who has everything that you want. Okay? You are the operant power. You are in control. You are the God of your reality. And everything you do works. Create your rules, give it to yourself, and stay there. You are literally a walking success story. You're already a master at manifesting. I know that you're going to be in my comments sharing with me all of your success stories, and I look forward to reading every single one of your successes. If you want to sign up for coaching with me, you absolutely can. The link will be in the description. If you want to follow me on X, I do a lot of tweet posts over there. And that's all I have for you. You don't need coaching. Everything comes from you. But if you want that help in shifting your awareness, understanding where you might be creating stories that no longer serve you, go ahead, reach out to me. The link will be in the description. And I absolutely am so thankful for every last one of you. I can't express how grateful, how thankful I am to have been able to connect with so many of you on Twitter, on X, and I am excited to connect with more of you guys here on YouTube. So enjoy the rest of your day and peace out, Girl Scout. I know you're literally going to be in here with your fucking manifestation because you're a baddie, and everybody in my reality eats too. Enjoy.